Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for joining our Create Wealth from Home webinar. My name is Gina Redzanek, and I am so excited to host tonight's call with my friend Sean Escobar. Hi, Sean.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being with us.
We're really pumped. We've talked already. We planned this out. We're so excited to just try our best to tell you guys our story, how we created success in our lives, and how you can too. Before we start though, you guys, I do want to tell you that our company, Isagenix, which we'll be talking about tonight, is built on integrity. So we always want to do the right thing at the right time. We want to make sure that when we're doing these calls and we're talking about income and any kind of physical transformations, that you guys know that it does depend on the person, their work ethic, their level of commitment. So all of that is relative to each person. Sean, I just muted you for a second. Sorry. Just while I get through this. Somebody's not muted. Sorry, guys. All right, I'll look through when Sean's talking. If you're not muted, please, can you check your line and mute? Okay, so what we want to ask you guys tonight is a question that I want you to really think about. Are you living your ideal life? Is this the life that you're living right now? Is this ideal to you? Is this what you imagined life to be like? How you spend your day, what you do when you wake up in the morning, who you spend your time with? Really think about that. Are you living your ideal life? And I know that I can answer that and say yes, that I am living my ideal life. And I know Sean can say the same. So before I really tell you how great things are now, I do want to share some things with you because there's always a story before the glory. There's always things that have happened that lead people to do great things and to work really hard. So briefly, I do want to share my story. I think it's so important. When Rod and I, my husband's Rod, in these pictures, we have two daughters, Addison and Avery. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to see who's not muted. Do you guys hear that?
It's Tracy Bucci.
It's Tracy. Yeah, it's Tracy.
Okay. You know what, Sean, if you don't mind, I'm so sorry. This happens when people don't mute, but I think.
Yeah, I knew the sound wasn't coming from me, but I can't mute people because I'm not an admin.
Yeah. Okay. I think she muted. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, guys. It's so hard to talk when you hear that background music or noise. Okay. So anyway, here's my picture of my ideal life, guys. And I love this saying, one life, just one. Why aren't we running like we are on fire towards our dreams? And that's what my husband, Ron, and I have done. So just to paint the picture of what life was like prior to this opportunity, Isagenix, we actually did have this desire to live a life like this. We just didn't know what to do, and we didn't know how to do it. So there was a time that I actually was a school teacher. I left that to pursue another type of job just because I got a little burnt out from teaching school. The pay wasn't great. And I knew that one day I wanted to have kids, and I didn't know if I can actually have my own kids and teach kids all day. And when I met my husband, he had a desk job that he was very good at, but he was losing his passion for. And he loved fitness and training people. So after we had gotten married, and shortly after I was pregnant, we were doing these fitness boot camps as a hobby on the side, and just for fun with me and my friends, and he was training us. And just the way the universe works out, that actually was the start of us doing our own thing, because when I was 8 months pregnant, I was laid off of my job. And when our first daughter was 4 months old, my husband, Rod, lost his job. At the time, we had some investment properties that was one of our things that we thought maybe would make some residual income, investment properties. We gave that a try. We had 4 properties at the time. The economy was not doing very well, and we didn't have renters paying us any rent. I now am out of work and pregnant, but my husband still had his job. And at this point, our boot camps, instead of being a hobby, it was a little side business, and people were paying us $10 a class on a Saturday. Then my husband was laid off of his job when our daughter was 4 months old. So at that point, we're newly married, we're new parents, and we are both out of work. And we have a severance, we have savings, we have these properties. But what we saw was our future from there was a little scary. It was a little frightening. but we still wanted to just not really get, stay in that struggle. So what we ended up doing was just pouring our heart into our fitness business. We created this hobby of a boot camp and created a business out of it. In that meantime, we had to let our properties foreclose. And we just kept working really, really hard, pouring into this fitness business and trying to make it work. And at this point, you guys, our savings was actually keeping us afloat. So every month I would have to take $2,000 out of our savings just to cover everything that we needed in that month. And it was about down to that last $2,000 when we were buying some gym equipment from our now dear friend, Debbie Sherrick. At the time, we didn't know her, but we met Debbie and we were just going to buy gym equipment, but we really believed God had other plans for us. And she started talking to us about Isagenix and about this nutritional cleanse and this amazing whey protein. And we just were really interested in trying it for ourselves. We already were using products anyway. So that's how we were introduced to Isagenix. And I do want to tell you guys that in the back of my mind, I did see that maybe possibly it could bring in a little bit of income to our fitness business. I had no idea the extent of what was going to happen. I didn't even understand the business. I was turned off by network marketing just because of the way we were pitched previously. So that was not my intention. I just thought, well, gosh, if people notice a difference in me, I can share these products. So from then, I just did that. I shared the products. I didn't go to company events, and Sean can vouch for that. It was like passion on fire. I just told everybody about the products because of my own results, my husband's results, and just how great we felt. And we were making some income. And guess what, you guys? It was bringing in that extra $2,000 a month that we needed. But what happened after that was truly amazing. I started to see that there was an actual business model here. There was a really good compensation plan. And I dug a little bit deeper. And I realized that I might be sitting on something bigger than I even thought. So I went to a company event in August 2015. My husband came with me. We had a couple team members already that were excited and wanted to come with us. And that is when we really caught the vision that Sean and I are hoping to at least give you a glimpse of tonight. And what I saw were so many people that had previous stories that were in struggle like I had been. And they were now earning this amazing income. Six-figure income earners were being recognized on stage. And I was like, I think I could do that. I really need to take this seriously. And 2 years after that event, you guys, I was on that stage as a six-figure income earner. So I just want to tell you that if you're on this call tonight and you might be loving the products like I started out, or maybe you're open-minded to, maybe a direct sales, but you had a bad experience prior, just be open-minded tonight because I was in that same boat. It took me, like I said, over 2 years just to get to the first company event because I was just really had a block up about this industry in the beginning. But what happened was I realized I was preventing myself from something so amazing. So after that event, I'm just going to wrap it up briefly because, maybe I'll write a book one day with our whole story, but it was really incredible looking back. But I told you that we used all our savings. We foreclosed on 4 properties. That's not good for your credit, you guys. We basically were stuck. And over time, we were repairing our credit. We were replenishing our savings. We were just kind of making a new future for our finances from this opportunity. And what we noticed was that business that we started from the trunk of Rudd's car with a couple dumbbells, it did grow, but then it stalled. It wasn't massively growing anymore. In fact, there was like CrossFits that opened and Orange Theories and all these little other boot camps. And we just saw that competition grew and our clients were not growing. But we saw our Isagenix business growing and growing and growing. And we didn't feel so stuck anymore. And we felt like we had choices. So what had happened is actually 2 years ago today, while we're recording this, we came and visited some friends in the Carolinas. And we just came to visit thinking maybe in the future we'd relocate. And we really, really fell in love with the area. We felt a strong pull to be here, to relocate here. And the cool thing was that we were able to do it because of Isagenix. And it was a big leap of faith, and it was a risk, and it was just something that we had to trust in. But 5 months after our very first time being here, we moved here. And we sold our fitness business, and we just put everything into like this Isagenix opportunity, how it has grown and that it would keep growing. And then we were able to buy our first home together as a married couple because, like I said, we were never able to get approved for a loan prior to that. We actually built and designed our home. And our life right now, really, it's had the time freedom because we've always been able to work and do what we love. But if you guys just look at this collage, like, we get to travel, we get to be with our girls when we want to be with the girls. We just love what we do. And don't make a mistake and think that I just sit around all day and don't work. I do work. I work really hard, but I love what I do because what I get to do is help people get healthy and create more income. That's what I get to do. And my message to you guys is think about it tonight. You're going to work anyway. You're going to work anyway. So why not make it something that can create this type of freedom? And we're going to tell you why this is the right company and the right industry. But first, I really want to turn this over so Sean can tell you his story. So Sean, when I first was enrolled into Isagenix, I had this friend request from this guy, Sean Escobar, and I'm looking at his pictures. He's got this beautiful family, and he reaches out and he's like, welcome to my team, and I'm just here for you. If you have any questions, I would love to get on the phone with you. And he took the time. He got on the phone with my husband and I, his parents, and he'll talk about them. They got on the phone with us. And we were almost blown away. Like, they believed in us before we even knew what the heck this was, you guys. And that's so awesome about this company and the people in it. They were believing in us. They were already talking about how successful we were going to be before we even were through 2 weeks of our system. And that's pretty amazing. So I'm so honored to have Sean here. He's in the top 50. He's a multimillionaire with the company. He's just an amazing mentor. And I'm so excited that you're going to get to share your story tonight with everybody.
Thanks, Gina. That was awesome. Thank you. They often say that people see the glory, but they don't know the story. And there's so many people that are asking me, who is Gina? Who's Gina Redzanek? She's really bringing some heat, she's bringing some good stuff. And you really are. And yet they don't know the whole story. I never anticipated you would be doing as well as you are. It's unbelievable. I mean, what you've accomplished, and actually the evolution that I've seen in you, Gina, that's been one of the most gratifying things that I've ever been able to witness in my Isagenix career is the evolution, because you didn't used to be this confident, and you weren't this person before. I mean, you're always a beautiful person with such a big heart who loved people, but you've really stepped into your power. So mad props to you. I love you and your family so, 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 so much. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that Isagenix has brought us together. So yeah, this is my family. That's my wife, Crystal. We've got 4 kids. We live in Utah. We were introduced to Isagenix, believe it or not, all the way back in 2002. My mom and dad were flat broke. My dad immigrated from Australia all the way, way back when he was 20 years old. And he immigrated to America from Australia, and he only had $50 in his pocket. He worked like a dog, and he worked 2 and 3 jobs, early on. And then in 1970, I think it was 1974 or 1973, he decided that he would never work for anybody again the rest of his life. And what was interesting about that was he was the #1 salesman at a little company called Sears Roebuck. You've all heard of that before? My dad was the #1 salesman in the nation, and he quit. He was making like a lot of money, and he quit because he said, I'll never work for anybody else the rest of my life. So for 30 years prior to Isagenix, my whole life, my parents were entrepreneurs. My parents were small business owners. I once counted 31 different types of small businesses, family businesses that my parents owned and operated. They owned everything imaginable. I won't go into all of that, but bottom line is they tried everything to pursue the American dream and make a life for our family. And in 2002, they were flat broke. They were facing a bankruptcy. And this is when Isagenix came into our lives. My parents they had a PhD. I mean, they were poor, hungry, and desperate. They needed something to work for them. They were wearing out the carpets, on their knees, praying, asking God to give them something, anything that would help us financially. Isogenics came into our lives through John Anderson, the formulator, and the rest is history. My mom and dad became the first millionaires in the company. They made $1 million in their first 11 months, and it saved us. It rescued us. It was unbelievable. It was life transforming, life changing. And the products as well, the products completely changed my mom's life. And that's where it all started. And then they went on to earn a couple $1 million the next year. And it just kept going up and up and up. They built a team of 100,000 people their first year. And they did it based on one thing: product results. Just results. That was it. That was the focus. So my quick little story, I stayed out of the business end for about 2 years. After 2 years of trying my own thing, I decided to join them in Isogenics. And I became a six-figure earner at the age of 23. I became a $1 million earner at the age of 27. And it's all I've done, if you can believe it. It's all I've done ever since is Isogenics. And if you want to talk about what has it done for me, well, I was the guy that dropped out of college, but not even after 1 year and not even after 1 month or 1 day. I lasted one class and I dropped out of college. And so for me to have this lifestyle, for me to, to have the income that I have, my wife and I are somewhere in the neighborhood of $6 million, I think, that we've earned, and my parents have earned over $24 million. But for us to have this lifestyle, to have this time freedom, to be able to live in multiple locations, I own 4 homes that are all paid for. It's unbelievable. I can't express to you enough what true, legitimate financial freedom feels like, how good that feels, how liberating that is. And that's what we're all about, is helping other people realize the same. Watching you, Gina, is like, oh man, like it's even better than when I did it for myself. Truly, it's even better because I know how meaningful it is to you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I love your story. So you guys might be just thinking, well, how have we been able to do this? How have we been able to create this kind of income? And so we really want to focus on telling you that and telling you how you can do it and how we have done it. So yes, we've done it through a company, Isogenics. We've done it through network marketing. We're really passionate not only about the industry now, but why this company. And that's what we want you guys to see. So we're going to go through a couple things that are really important for you to know so you can understand why does this work so well for us. The first, you guys, is that 69% of adults right now in North America are considered overweight. So I would say that obesity is an issue, people being unhealthy is an issue, and people are really looking now for more holistic and natural ways to get healthy. The fitness industry right now, I can't, my thing's, so I can't see how many billion, but hold on a second.
83 billion.
Oh, there, I changed the thing. Okay, it's over 83 billion, and that's just gyms alone. So now you think about your pre-workout, post-workout, what you're hydrating with, what kind of protein you're using. That's a huge industry. And like we said, I was from that industry. So we were from the fitness industry. A lot of gym owners, a lot of trainers, they love helping people. But guess what's a big part of that? The nutrition. It's 80%. Global anti-aging market, that's expected to reach over 331 billion by 2021. So these are all growing trends. But here's another big one, guys. Online shopping, e-commerce, they're gaining popularity every year. Do you guys see how many stores are closing? Malls and different stores that keep closing? Why? Where is everybody shopping? Online. Everybody's shopping online. It's so easy to get your nutrition online, have it delivered right to your doorstep. So imagine a business that converges all of these trends, and that's what we have with Isogenics. So Sean, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk just a few minutes about the integrity behind Isogenics and how far the company's come.
So we actually personally know the people that started the company, Jim and Kathy Coover, John Anderson. And, this wasn't some company that was started in someone's garage. I mean, truly, you need to know this. It's important to know this, that if 100 companies start at the beginning of a year, at the end of the year, you'd only have 10 left. Okay, 10, 90 closed their doors. 1 out of 1,000 network marketing companies makes it to their 5th birthday. The reason this company is over, what are we, over 7 billion now? Is it, Gina, $7 billion dollars? And the reason for that is because the company stands behind its products. They use the utmost quality and they have integrity, absolute integrity. So I can vouch for that. I've been with the company since the very beginning, and I absolutely love it. It's amazing. In terms of solutions, this is kind of exciting because no matter what health goals you have, Isagenix has solutions that can transform your life. So whether it's weight, wellness, performance, vitality, well-being, personal care, beauty, financial wellness, no matter what your goals are, Isagenix has solutions. That's the best word that I could ever convey to you is we see needs, we provide solutions for those needs.
And guys, here I am, a product of the product. And so I worked really hard to be a product of the product, which is not a hard thing to do because the products work so great. And then I started to be a product of this opportunity to show everybody that someone with no network marketing experience and no sales experience and had to go through all the personal and business development can be successful in this. So I'm super proud of that because I want to really inspire you guys tonight. So just to show you my before picture, it was after I had my 2nd daughter. That's about 8 weeks postpartum, right before I was going to start working out again. And I was introduced to Isagenix right when I was weaning off nursing, which is part of the reason I really liked Isagenix is how clean the products were. So my after is 16 weeks after starting the products. And we do have a 16-week IsaBody challenge, so I do like to have that side by side. But then this maintenance photo is taken 4 years of using the product. So that's to show you it's a lifestyle. I was on for 4 years, and I remember I just finished a 2-day cleanse and I was heading to Vegas when I took that picture. So I wanted to be realistic, and I do have a picture of me now. I'm 41, 2 kids, very busy. I don't work out nearly as much as I used to, especially since being here in North Carolina because we had our fitness business in Florida. So I worked out a whole bunch more in Florida. I work out, I enjoy it, but I really don't kill myself when I work out. This is mostly because of my lifestyle with Isagenix. So I'm going to just talk briefly about our main products. We have a lot of products. I don't even know how many now, Sean, but I know we have a lot. So once you have your own Wholesale Freedom account, we like to call it Wholesale Freedom account because 1, you get to order everything wholesale once you open your account, and 2, you get to create freedom if you choose to. So Wholesale Freedom account. You have all the access to these products, but I'm going to talk about just some main ones right now. So when I started, I was really turned on about the idea of nutritionally cleansing my body. Our cleanse is Cleanse for Life, and it is not a colon cleanse. So it really detoxifies your body on a cellular level. I didn't know what any of this meant in the beginning, you guys, but I just thought it sounded pretty cool, and I'll be a guinea pig, and I'll test it out. And it works. So if you're like, I don't know if I believe any of that, just test it out. Here's the thing. We're not saying that you drink this and it magically cleanses your body. What we're saying is your body cleanses itself, but because of all the toxicity, your organs are not functioning properly in the way that they should. So the Cleanse for Life assists your body in the natural detoxification process. This is one of our favorite products. And I'm just going to briefly say you can cleanse one of 3 ways. So even if you're not ready for fasting, you can do this overnight. I personally use intermittent fasting. I try to do that about 5 days a week. Weekends are a little tough. But I drink this cleanse before I go to bed because I truly believe that it's really helping my cells. It's clinically proven and studied. So I love to do that. So just trust me that there's different ways that you can do this if you're not already on the products. Our Isoline shakes are amazing. They're actually the only shake in the world, you guys, that are clinically proven to ignite fat loss while maintaining lean muscle. So I want that to sink in because people always say, oh, a shake is a shake. It's not equal. Not all shakes are equal. First of all, you want a clean shake that doesn't have chemicals in it or artificial sweeteners or any kind of other dangerous ingredients that companies can use. But even if it is a clean shake, you really want one that's clinically proven to actually give you results. And we focus on fat loss. And we're going to get into that a little bit too with our studies. The next like big products that we love is Ionic Supreme. So these ingredients are so pure, so good. This is like mineral rich product. And if you guys don't know about minerals, we're not getting our minerals in our food supply today. We haven't for years because of our over farming of our soil. So even if you're eating a ton of vegetables and fruit and everything, you're missing minerals, and that's missing nutrients. And when your body doesn't have that, it truly cannot be in optimal health, you guys. So this is one of my favorite products, and I will say probably 90% of people's favorite products. Ionic Supreme helps you fight off stress, helps keep your focus, and helps maintain your results. And then we have our Complete Essentials, which is our vitamin pack. These vitamins, no fillers, you can trust them because they're all clinically tested and proven. And we also have our anti-aging within this, or you can get it separate. And that's for telomere support. So if any of this sounds kind of confusing to you, just know that you don't need to learn all of this. You just need to know that we have all the resources, and we help you find those resources so you can help people get started. Just briefly, guys, as I said, we have like this great online holistic store that you could shop from once you have your account. And there's so many targeted solutions, like Sean said, solutions for any issues you have. We do have an Amped line. So for any other sports fanatics or fitness people out there, that's pre-workout, post-workout, during your workout, all of that stuff for you guys to perform better. We have a safe, clean line that is Informed Sports certified. So we love that they came out with that. It's just an awesome, awesome line for all of you guys that use those other things. Please check the labels. I'm telling you, it's doing more harm than good in your body. I also want to briefly talk about snacks. I personally love the snacks because I don't know about you guys, I'm always on the go. And snacks that are quick and convenient usually lack protein. And Isagenix is all about protein pacing, getting enough protein through the day, every day, so that your body is running properly, your metabolism is strong, and that protein is spread out. But a lot of times people miss it with their snacks. So I can go on and on about products because I love the products so much, but all of these resources are there for you. But I do want to tell you that we recently came out with gut health solution. 1 in 5 people suffer from gut health issues. And I love these probiotics and digestive enzymes. I was already using a probiotic and a digestive enzyme prior to this coming out. I just want to make that clear. Always, because I believe that you do need it. And I feel a huge difference within 1 week that I started back in January, especially with this probiotic. I take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. I've been someone that had digestive issues most of my life, and Isagenix has really been amazing at addressing those issues. So I do want to point that out because I think there's a lot of people that can benefit from probiotics and digestive enzymes. So Sean, you mentioned results earlier, that you built your business and your parents built their business because people got results. So if you can just hone in on that a little bit more, and our IsaBody challenge.
Yeah. So, I mean, look at the results, look at these people. And I think that's really what sets us apart is the results are not hype. They're not fluff. These are legitimate, measurable results that are undeniable. Some of these are our IsaBody challenge finalists. So that's a 16-week challenge where you basically provide a before picture and you basically opt in to use the products over that period of time. And it's kind of cool because whether you place in the contest, or they give away like a lot of money. Some of the grand prize winners went up to $25,000 a piece, but there's all kinds of great incentives and prizes and cash and whatever there's all kinds of great things you can win. And even if you don't place, you still get a $200 voucher just for participating. I did this challenge, and I got to tell you, it's really fun. The culture is awesome. It motivates you. It keeps you excited. And the results, you won't be able to deny the results. I've got people in my team who have been ordering the products for 15, 16 years, month after month after month, and not just a few, not just 100, not a couple hundred, thousands who stay on the products every single month religiously. Why? Because they've never seen results like this on anything else.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you guys these pictures and their weight loss. Just know that this first picture is their first IsaBody challenge to when that they were one of the finalists. So just to keep that compliant, that nobody thinks like, there was 105 pounds lost in 16 weeks. But the cool thing is you keep joining. You just keep going and going. And the people that are committed to the IsaBody Challenge over and over usually get chosen. So keep that in mind for you guys that are in the challenge. Sean, talk to us about the science, please.
Yeah. So again, I've been with the company for a long time, and I can tell you that the science, in terms of studies and research that we have in place, we employ over 30 full-time scientists at Isagenix corporate headquarters. And these are like Ivy League grads. These are geniuses. And Isagenix has, last count I heard was like 7 peer-reviewed studies that were in medical journals documenting, for instance, that, people, if they go on Isagenix versus the heart healthy diet that a lot of the medical field promotes, 56% more fat loss with Isagenix, and that's scientifically proven. 47% more, so 56% weight loss, 47% more fat loss, twice as much visceral fat loss, which is the kind of fat you really need to worry about that's around your organs and so forth. I just feel so excited to be affiliated with this company because this is not, I'm just not, we have proof. What more do you want? And they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So even if you're not happy with your results, you give the products back, they give you a full money-back guarantee. You really have nothing to lose.
And I think you'd agree with me, Sean, when people say, oh, I've tried this and and there's so many different products and programs. What we have is the science. We have the science, we have the proof, we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. And what I personally love about it, and I know, Sean, you've been on the product so long too, is it really is a lifestyle. You don't have to stop eating carbs. You don't have to never have your treat meal out on the weekends. You really can make this the foundation of your nutrition, like the baseline of your nutrition, but you still live life and you still enjoy a lifestyle.
Totally.
So how does Isagenix fit into your life? What do you do? This is exactly what Sean and I did. Number one, you use the products. And, I told you I randomly met, who now is one of my dear friends, Debbie, and she told us about the products. And I started to ask her questions before my pack even came, like, oh, so there's an income opportunity if I share this. And she said, just try the products, put them in your body, make sure that you connect with them and that you love them. And I thought that was so great because I didn't feel pressured, but I felt like, okay, she really thinks it's important that I believe in the products. And I feel that way too. Number one, you use the products. 2, you share this with people. It's just as simple as that. It's really not sales, because if you think of it as selling, then you're thinking of it all wrong. And in fact, if you're on this webinar and you use the products, I want you to think about this. Did you feel sold to before you started Isagenix? Did you feel sold to? Or did you see somebody sharing it or hear somebody sharing it and it sparked an interest? And so that's really important to think about. And then you identify your product sharers from your business builders and partners. Now, Sean said he has a lot of customers. They're just customers. They're fine with that. They're not interested in sharing. However, we believe it's really important that everybody understands that once you're enrolled, you have a position in a growing organization that you can potentially earn income. Whether you just want an extra $500 a month, which is life-changing for people, extra couple $1,000s a month, or if you want to create a massive amount of income that's residual that can set you up. And I remember talking to Sean early on, and he said to me, Gina, stick to this 2 to 4 years. That's the range, 2 to 4 years. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep sharing, keep educating people what you have, and I promise you it's going to change your life. Do you remember telling me that, Sean?
I do remember it. Yeah, not everybody takes me up on the promise, but you did.
Yeah, sure did. So there's a need for money. Would you not agree, guys? There's a need for money. Even if you are somebody that's very comfortable right now, it's just, listen, I told you early on, I lost my job. I was laid off. So did my husband within the same year. But we were having our first daughter. We didn't know that was going to happen. We thought we were comfortable with our jobs. So you never know. You really never know what you could be working for now, what it can lead to. But 39 million people receive food assistance. I know also when people have medical and healthcare costs, a lot of times they have to do a GoFundMe page to pay off those bills. people just don't have that extra money anymore. Debt is skyrocketing for people, credit card debt, college loan debt, taxes are an issue. So people need money right now. And people are working differently. There's a lot of side jobs out there right now, guys. Some of you might be doing some of these, selling online, Etsy or other websites like that, renting rooms, Airbnb and those kind of sites. Notice I'm saying sites. A lot of things are online. Giving rides like Uber and Lyft, trading ideas. A lot of people are side hustling. But here's the thing that we're going to talk to you guys now as we wrap it up toward the end, and that's the difference. These jobs that I just told you about, those side hustles, you're still trading time for money. You're still having to trade your time for money. And I think the most precious thing is time. So Sean, let's talk about why network marketing would be something to consider for people who are looking to bring in more income.
Network marketing, thanks, Gina. Network marketing has really come into its own. So if you are the type of person that wants low risk, low startup costs, someone that, you're looking for something that provides you with leverage. Most people are used to traditional income. They're used to, like you said, trading time for money. But how many people really get ahead in that kind of equation? Robert Kiyosaki said, truly wealthy people build networks. And that's interesting. What is network marketing? I like to refer to it as relationship marketing. Why network marketing? Because you're already referring people to things every single day. You're referring them to different restaurants. You're referring them to different movies. Think about all the different things, products. How many things do you refer people to, and yet you don't get paid to do it? The beauty of network marketing is it provides you with a passive income source from a leveraged business model where you no longer are trading your time for money. For me, it was really, really great because I had a traditional business before Isagenix. I started a business, I worked my butt off, and why network marketing? Because it's a better way. It's a much better way. You don't have to deal with all the garbage nitty-gritty of traditional business.
Good.
Network marketing provides you with time flexibility. So for instance, look at my life. If I want to go to my daughter's dance recital, I go. If I want to coach my kids in soccer, I go. If I want to go to the gym at 2:00 in the afternoon, I go. If I want to go to, the latest movie that came out during the middle of the day when no one else is in the theater, that's what I do. If I want to go golf when no one else is on the golf course, I do. So time flexibility, it gives you the time freedom, but also think about this. You can do this in the pockets of your life from a smartphone. I literally, Gina, the last 12 years, I built my business on this thing. I hardly ever even use a computer anymore. You can work from anywhere, just like me. I travel. So we live in one place, then we go live in another, then we go live in another, and I can work from anywhere. I'm not tied to a cubicle. Network marketing provides you with a tremendous amount of training and support. So for instance, Gina's a pro. And so if you decide to come on board with Gina's team, or if you're on her team, you know that she's all about, it's different than corporate America where everybody's stepping on each other and they're all fighting up that ladder trying to get to the top. In network marketing, we are so incentivized to give you all of our good stuff because we want you to succeed, because when you win, we win. It's the only type of business model where you literally get what you want by helping other people get what they want. In terms of culture, you'll never meet happier people. You'll never meet people that are more excited and fun and they're just have a zest for life. Why is that? Because network marketing, the business model, is personal development, personal growth disguised as a business opportunity. No caps on your income potential. You literally can, if you want to earn $1,000 a month, you can do that. If your interest is $5,000 a month, we've got people that do that. $10,000 a month. We've got people all the way up to, believe it or not, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Results may vary. Just like it says at the very bottom of the fine print, Isagenix doesn't make any guarantees, nor do we, on what you can or will earn. It's all predicated upon you and what you bring to the table. But there is no ceiling on what you could potentially earn in Isagenix. I can tell you that much. And the sky's the limit. The the sky is the limit in terms of what you could earn. And Gina, I think if you, I mean, I'm not asking you to divulge what you earned last week but I know you had a record week, and I think it would literally blow people's minds.
Yeah.
They can't even fathom that kind of income, especially, coming from where you came from. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I definitely, and I've had quite a few of those amazing weeks. So tell us why Isagenix, because network marketing is very big. There's a lot of companies. I know you've been with this company for a long time. We both kind of feel like we got lucky because it was our first company and we started with the right one. But just tell us a little bit about why Isagenix is on the up and up right now, and why it's in our opinion, the best one to join in on.
Well, okay, so for one thing, it's a proven tracks to run on, right? So 300 people have already earned over $1 million apiece. I would suggest that the most fair way to determine the efficacy or the potential of any business opportunity is to look at how many $1 million earners has that opportunity created. And if you look at Isagenix, 300 people over $1 million, that's insane. Like, that's crazy talk. And what's cool is a lot of those people, if not the majority, never had any background in network marketing before. So that's pretty profound. They're from all different walks of life. That's the one thing that really blows my mind is you read all their stories, you get to know them, and they come from every background, and a lot of them never had any sales experience. A lot of them, they never did any network marketing, and a lot of them, they even got there in different ways. That's kind of a cool thing too that I didn't mention is, we don't bottle you up, you guys. We don't sit there and say you're going to do it this way. We let you find your way. If you want like the turnkey system where we say, this is exactly what I did, or Gina says, this is exactly what I did, we have that A to Z all spelled out for you. But if you're just a runner and you say, hey, I'm a go-getter, I know what I'm doing, let me run with this, you have freedom in this business. You're an independent contractor. Now, the beauty of Isagenix being around for a little while is you don't have to deal with the growing pains. We already have all the infrastructure for support, all the resources. It's plug and play. You just plug into the company, you follow the systems, you get success, you have results.
Yeah, it really is. And no lawsuits, we've got all of that covered, which is awesome. Talk to us a little bit about the global aspect and how sometimes people just think, and I remember starting, I think, oh, global, and now I have a global team.
You have a global team. It's unbelievable.
So how does that, tell us how that could work?
Rattle off a couple of the places you have business going on.
We have great leaders in each team too. Mexico, the UK, Canada, I think very small in Australia, but I'd love to break in some more too.
You've got one prepped in Italy. You've got a distributor over there in Italy, and we're not even open there yet, but she's an American and she's living there.
She's ready.
It's so, and we'll open Italy, and we'll open Germany, and we'll open Brazil, and we'll open the Philippines. They open about 1 or 2 markets every year, but it's cool. The internet has changed the game, you guys. So I would have said the same thing, Gene. I would have been like, I don't know anybody in any of these places, and I don't speak any other languages. This is crazy talk. I'm not going to be able to have a global business, but I have a massive global business, and it's so fun, and it's so exciting. How did that happen? I almost would say I don't know, but I do know. It's pretty simple. It's those degrees of separation. Everybody knows somebody that knows people in Mexico. Everybody knows somebody that knows people in Australia, New Zealand, Taiwan. And that's the way the business gets going. And you get paid on all of it to infinite levels as if you brought it in yourself. It doesn't matter where in your organization. I really get excited about the global opportunity because it just shows you how wide open Isagenix really is. Even in our own backyard, go poll people, go around, ask people, have you ever heard of Isagenix? Have you ever heard of Isagenix? It's still, right now in America, it's the best kept secret because most everybody hasn't tried it. Even if they've heard about it, most everybody hasn't tried it. And so it will become a household name in America and all over the world. And right now, just just know that those opportunities are available to you. You should go and see what markets we're open in.
Mhm.
We won't tell you all of them here and bore you with that, but go look at it online. You'll be impressed.
Yeah. And it's, speaking of that, I remember when I started and I wrote down my list, of people, and none of them are on my team. So sometimes people don't want to do things like this because they say they don't know enough people. And so my advice is don't worry about who you know, because it's all about who you're going to meet and who who knows somebody who knows somebody. And so we're going to talk about why that fact combined with Isagenix makes this the best compensation plan in all of network marketing, you guys, all of network marketing. Because we do get paid very well, but we get paid daily, weekly, and monthly. And I want to talk details to you guys right now. I have a lot of friends who are with other companies and they really are great. They're talking to a lot of people. They're working really hard. And it's just the way the structure of the compensation plan is that they cannot seem to bring in the income they want. So it's really, really, really important that you understand the compensation plan. I'll be honest with you, because I just kind of came in for the products. I loved the products. I thought, why not share it? I didn't realize how good we had it until I started to study compensation plans and understand the difference. So for anybody that's ready to go with this and wanting to learn more, please let us know, because I have all those resources that you can listen to the same things I did. But let me give you some of my favorites. First of all, a lot of people don't realize that the only thing that you do to own your own online health business, okay, I want that to sink in. You own your own online health business. You can work it when you want. You can go as fast as you want, like Sean said, as slow as you want. It's up to you. But the only thing you do is you place your own order, and it's 100 BV. For those of you who don't know that, we will go over what BV is on our new associate training if you decide to do this. But you order that every month, and that's the food that you're consuming. So you eat your overhead. That's it, you guys. You have a website already there for you. The training is there for you. All of that's there for you. The only overhead you have, and I really want to really stress this because I told you about Rod and I starting our fitness business. That was a lot of overhead. We had to hire people, pay them before we paid ourselves. We had to buy all the equipment needed for the classes. We had to get our own insurance. We had to deal with anybody that complained or refunds, all of that stuff. We had to deal with that. This, you eat your overhead and that's it. Another thing, guys, is in Isagenix, you do not buy bulk product and have to sell it. This is a huge one, because I'll just, again, go back to the fitness industry. People would buy wholesale and then they upcharge to their clients. So let's say I bought a protein canister and it was $40 for me, but I need to make money. So I'm going to sell it to my customer for $60 so I can make $20. And now you got all this product sitting in your garage. You're going around trying to sell it. That's sales. That's not online referral. So we do not need to do that. We don't do that, okay? Another key, if you guys are familiar with compensation plans, is no breakaway. So I'll explain that because it's really important. A lot of companies have a breakaway system, meaning if you enroll somebody that comes in and they grow a little faster than you, as soon as they pass you, you lose them and their whole entire downline. And the thing about that is it doesn't really make a great team effort, teamwork environment, because you basically bring people in and you say, listen, I want you to earn money, but not more than me. It doesn't have a good teamwork feel. I love the people I bring in and they tell me, I always want to know, what are your goals? What are your dreams? I would love for them to out earn me. In fact, my goal is that I feel I've gotten into a level that I really know how to help, like coach people in the business. I want them to grow faster than I ever did. That's my goal. So it just makes you a better leader, a better team player, and no breakaway. No quotas to meet each week. This is huge, right, Sean? This one is like, a lot of people cannot believe this when they see our comp plan if they've come
A lot of the makeup companies have those quotas.
Yes. So I have friends I know that at the end of the week, mostly it's week, sometimes it's month, if they don't meet a certain thing, they lose all their volume if that quota is not met. So they don't want to lose it. So what do they have to do? Order. And they have all this extra product that they don't need, that they're not using, because it's products not like ours that you just eat. And it doesn't roll over, so they have to keep ordering, and they're ordering and ordering. And at the end, they say, all I did was spend money. And that's why a lot of times people have a bad taste in their mouth for network marketing. It's not that the products aren't great or that the opportunity's not there. It's that they didn't want to lose their volume, so they kept ordering. That's really what happens. So our volume, you guys, rolls over. As long as you stay active and you're ordering your products for yourself every month, it can take you 2 years before you decide to do anything. And your volume that you earn from everybody else never goes away. We have amazing bonuses, which is what got us our deposit on our down payment on our house. I saved my leadership pool bonuses. They're unbelievable, like crazy bonuses that you earn as you grow your team. Recognition. So if somebody just feels like they're in a job and they never get recognized, they never get a congratulations, Isagenix definitely recognizes their leaders and the people building their teams, and trips. And we love our trips and our vacations. Another big thing, guys, the company deals with the returns. They're great customer service too, by the way. Shipping, the science is all there for you. The resources, everything's there for you. This is really turnkey. You just have to know where to find it. You just have to be ready, plugged in. Where do I find what? It's there for you. And best of all is the geometric progression. And the reason why Isagenix is the best is because it's unlimited. So if you've ever heard of other companies before, or you've heard this where they say, oh, you get paid 4 levels down. You get paid 7 levels down, things like that. There's no cap for us. And I did meet somebody, a guy who came from another nutrition type company over to Isagenix. He actually came over because of the product ingredients was the reason he switched. However, he saw how our compensation plan was. And he told me a story that he was at an event for his former company. And the guy that was presenting was great. He really liked hearing from him. And he went up to him and he was talking to him. And the man said to him, listen, I'm sorry, my time's really limited, and you're my 5th PET. I only earn from my 4 PET. So I can't personally spend time with you. I just don't have the time. I've got to spend it with the people I really earn from. And, you know, he said he just kind of got it. He understood. But he thought, wow, this is so great, because if it was this company, that guy would have still worked with me because we were all earning from each other. So that's huge. You get paid for the entire downline. And what's great, you guys, is you earn from people who you didn't bring in. So as you look at this opportunity and as you get started, we'll explain that more. But you're not only earning from who you bring in, you're earning from that team, everybody that's connected. So I have a lot of people I enroll and they're like, hey, who are these 5 people that I see in my organization? I'm like, oh, I enrolled them. They're just connected to you. Oh, you put them there for me? I'm like, well, no, I have 2 teams and that's where I'm enrolling, and it just happens that way. And people cannot believe that. So I just want to end with this, guys. It's really so simple. It's the power of 2. It's not so complicated where you have to build all these different organizations and teams and you're capped at this level and you start something else. You literally build 2 teams. So some people are very casual, and that's okay. You can just think of it as, I just like the products and I want to earn some money to cover my product cost and my gym membership maybe. That's fine. You can enroll people and just have customers if that's your choice. But here's the thing. There's just the power of 2. And I like to think of it as I'm the CEO of my own business. Who am I going to bring on to work with? Who am I going to link arms with? And you build 2 sales teams that way. And you start placing them and they all work together. So this whole team you're seeing connected on the left side of the person is all connected and working together, and the same for the right. You get paid on everybody's reorders. And as you build this organization, these orders keep going and going. And that's why, you know, people say, oh, I didn't make any money. Well, yeah, you only gave it 6 months. How big is your organization going to be? You've got to be consistent and give it time. And I remember, Sean, you telling me early on, like, I love that you don't really give yourself like an ultimatum. Like, if I don't have this by this time, I'm done. And I'm like, why would I? I'm literally eating my overhead. I love the products. I was using products anyway. So it's just, you stay consistent. You stay very, very, very consistent, and you keep talking to people, and you just never know who you're going to bless who says, oh my gosh, I really need this, and I'm going to take it and run with it. And it honestly only could take a couple people that blow up your organization, but you can have a lot of people in there all working together, and that's really the beauty of it. The other thing that Isagenix does is, while you're taking this time, because it does take time to create a big organization, you guys. Like, we have a shake release, a special shake drop, and it's a seasonal shake and it's limited edition. And you don't have a big organization, it's not going to maybe mean that much to you if you have 2 customers only and you just got started. But think about it as you're consistently doing this, and now your organization's huge, and that shake comes out, and a lot of people in that organization are now ordering that shake the same week. Think about what kind of sales you'll have that week. So these are things that you got to think about your future. You want to build residual income that's going to change your life, and you think it's going to happen overnight and then get upset that network marketing doesn't work. That's not the right attitude. I was so consistent. I just stayed with it. I kept learning. I kept growing, and I just stayed. And it's like, I feel like I'm just getting started. You know, I'm ready to catch up to you, Sean. So
you're starting to get there too.
So this is just so powerful for you guys to see. This is so, I mean, reputable, A+ in the Better Business Bureau. We've won so many awards on ethics. So don't let other people's negative opinions about the industry sway you if this is exciting you right now, because we support you. I love to inspire people to dream bigger and to trust in this, because I did. I trusted in it, and I was inspired to dream bigger. I knew that first event when I sat in the back of that event, way in the back, and saw that vision. I just knew this is our vehicle. This is going to be our vehicle. And we were struggling at the time, you guys. I mean, we were tapped out of our savings. We had no way we were going to buy a house. We had 2 young girls we were raising. We were going to have to start paying for private school. There was a lot going on when we sat in the back of that event. And I was earning like about a few $1,000s a month with Isagenix, and we were still struggling. But I saw that, and I thought, this is going to be it. Because if they can do it, I can do it. Because just like Sean said, everybody had a different walk of life. Everybody was different. The only thing that they all had in common was they got it. They saw it, they got to work, and they kept with it. Some people did it in 2 years. Some people took 4 years. Some people took 6 years. The pace really depends on you. But I knew that it was going to happen. And so I want you guys to believe in that too, and feel this, because it's such an amazing company and culture. So with that being said, and I want to thank Sean again so much for joining me on this webinar tonight. But with that all being said, you guys, I just want you to know you can live your ideal life if you're not right now. There's a way, there's a solution. We have the solutions, but my favorite is that we have a wealth creation solution that you literally, like Sean said, you have your phone, you can work from anywhere, and it's all going to be up to you. And you can just get started and just say, you know what, I just want to kind of plant my feet in this organization with this great team that's already on fire, and I want to make sure I got my spot secure, and I'll share casually until I'm ready. That's okay. You know, we just support you wherever you're at, but just have an open mind. Just have an open mind and reach out to the person that invited you on. And if you're ready to get started or look at some more resources, let them know what you need to see and what you need to hear more of. But it's such an exciting time, you guys. It's so, so exciting. And again, please understand that I feel if anybody can stand here or sit here and say, like, it can work because I'm proof, it's me. I just started with so many blocks, so many fears. I cared what everybody thought. I just didn't know if I could do it. I started just like that, and I just had to decide. I just made a decision that I was going to do it, and that I was going to do it with fear in my heart, and I was going to fail forward until I got it. And it's amazing when you look back on how strong you become. So thank you so much for joining tonight. I hope you're inspired, and I hope we see you on our team. And thank you so much, Sean, again, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Gina. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. This was a lot of fun, and we're excited to work with you.
Bye, guys. I'm just going to stop the